Your blood pressure's like so high. We need to get it down in the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, you have to go to hospital.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
You don't care about the growth of others. You don't care about doing things the best way. Or like, you only care about you being right.
Yeah.
You know, that's when things get nasty.
I think I was definitely someone who struggled with doing the truth part.
Damn, I struggle with doing the love part.
Yeah. We know.
You're like the rug supplier, you know, the wholesaler and the everything. You're just like, rug. Let's cover. I don't want to talk about it.
Kia ora everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Riverwall podcast. I'm Jessie.
I'm Jerry. Sorry. Today on the podcast, we have the second part of our Kingdom Culture series. Plus speaking in more detail about some personal things that have been going on in our life recently.
Yeah. I hope you guys like our fruit bowl.
Yeah.
We just recently got it.
Many fruits.
Yeah.
You shall know them by their fruits.
Amen to that. So like we shared about this in one of the articles this month, and if you don't know about it, just there's been a lot of stuff been going on personally for us. I don't know if you want to speak to that.
I mean, should I give a rundown of it?
quick brief rundown.
I mean, I guess it all started with us going to a friend's wedding in Wellington, which was great. Very happy for them.
Yeah.
But Jessie dislocated her left knee again while dancing.
Yeah. And actually, we spoke a little bit about this in our last episode.
Did we?
I think we did, because it was in June.
Anyway, that's where all the craziness started.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you go and work for a couple of days, and I was looking after you. And then I got extremely sick,
Yeah.
and I had to take 2 weeks off work.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been that sick in a long time, and this like cough is still from that, right, lingering. I was so sick it made me get a doctor.
Good thing.
Because I haven't been to the doctor in so many years.
Yeah.
I don't even have a GP anymore until this time.
Very recently.
Yeah. And then, at work it was weird too, because everyone had some sort of bereavement, you know. A lot of family members passed away. A lot of family members hospitalized, all within like the same weekend.
And then
Then my dad went to hospital for mega high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Like so high, the doctors were very concerned that he would he would burst open and die at any second. And he did have a minor stroke, but his blood pressure was like 250, which is 250 over almost 200, I think. So very high. And whilst they were looking for the cause of the high blood pressure, trying to find a clogged artery or something, a blocked blood vessel, they couldn't find anything blocked, but they did find a mass in his lungs the size of a fist, and it has now been confirmed to be stage 3 lung cancer.
Yeah.
And they found another thing on the top of his neck now, just recently, that could be cancer as well.
Still getting that checked out.
Yeah, still waiting for the biopsy results. Just kind of crazy times, eh? Yeah. And then this week I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Well, we don't know if it's type 1 just yet.
Well, as the doctor said,
Most likely.
Most likely.
Yeah.
He's like 80% sure. Just waiting for some final blood tests.
Yeah. To come back and we'll see. And
Yeah.
it's been a real interesting couple of days figuring out what you can or can't eat as a diabetic.
Also, he said he had to see me urgently. He called me. He's like, "We need an urgent appointment," and I get there, and he's like, "Your blood pressure's like so high. We need to get it down in the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, you have to go to hospital because stroke could happen at any time."
Yeah.
blood, was it heart disease, heart attack, stroke. I'd have to check my eyes because I might be bleeding from the back of my eyes right now.
So last week, last month.
Anyway, and I have to give up pizza.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's the toughest thing.
So yeah, last month we were like, yeah, it's been a rough month. It's kind of continued, physically, health-wise. But yeah, like all of that to say that some time during this month you were like to me, I want to write an article about just all the crap that's been going on.
Or just being vulnerable, eh?
Yeah.
Being honest, being coming as we are, not pretending everything's. I think the reason I wanted to write it is because, like, I'm sick and tired of people in church coming with a fake smile and thinking they have to be like happy all the time, you know? Or like, I just don't feel like that's what God wants. I don't think like that's what brings people closer, and it's just not being honest. What can good can come from basically being dishonest, right? And it's not to say we're saying these things to be like, oh, pity me or whatever. It's just like,
this is literally
what's been happening
in our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, you know?
Yeah. And when you kind of sat
Down and you were like, I want to do this. My first thought was, but how does this relate to kingdom culture? Because I'm like that. We have a plan, we have a theme. Like, how does it relate? But
I'm sick and tired of your plan. You know, I mean, it's really good actually sometimes. But when you get like, oh no, things change, and then you go. Woo. Like,
flexibility, right? But hey, I'm learning.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
I guess, you know, you need to learn that we can't plan anything, everything. I mean, you can plan something, like most things. We can't plan everything, and I need to learn, like, we've got to plan
at least a little bit. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, but we talked about it, right? We had a discussion because that's what we do. And really, I think vulnerability is a big part of kingdom culture.
It's a big part of kingdom culture, yeah. And I think God is, first of all, the word that I would describe God almost the most with is vulnerable. You know, because it encompasses so many things, vulnerability. And we talked about it a little bit in our article, but, you know, to be vulnerable, first you have to be honest, right? Second, you have to have courage, because can't worry about what people will think of you or how they will respond and stuff like that. You gotta have love, you gotta have strength, and you gotta be gentle. Like, all those things encompass vulnerability, and I feel like God is all those things too. And you know, God created us to have a relationship with Him, and we've mentioned this multiple times now. To have a relationship, two parties must come together willingly of their free will, right? To enter that relationship. So when God created the whole world, including us, and then put those two trees in the Garden of Eden, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, that was a proposal, because He needed to give us the power to reject Him for us to have a relationship, right? If we can't reject Him, we're either slaves or robots, or there's no relationship, right? And so what He was saying in the beginning was, do you want to be with me? That's an extremely vulnerable stance for a God who's so powerful to allow us to reject Him, to give us the power to reject Him. And He desires us so much because He loves us, that if we reject Him, He's going to feel pain, hurt, rejection, all these things that are not good feelings. Yet He still created us and gave us that option. So it started with vulnerability, right? To have true relationship. That's why I think it's a huge part of kingdom culture, huge part of Christianity.
Yeah.
That's why it's important. Yeah. But I guess how what do you think? How do we respond to vulnerability well?
Yeah, I guess if we're talking about like human to human relationship, when someone is being vulnerable with you, they're sharing their struggles with you, like what's going on in their lives. I think sometimes we have a tendency to want to, either we don't know how to sit with vulnerability well, we don't know how to just sit with someone in their pain and grief and whatever they're going through and just be like, hey, I'm here for you. Because it makes us feel really uncomfortable. So we want to, we've tried to fix things.
Yeah,
we try, and that's when it can be really unhelpful when we try to say really try, like, oh, have you tried this? Or like, you know, why don't you just do this or do that?
Well, think about the good things.
Yeah,
and
think
like, oh my goodness.
positive. You know, that's, and I think that either one comes from genuinely just not knowing how to comfort a person. Like you genuinely want to make them feel better. Or two, which is, you know, if we're being honest, more of the case, we're uncomfortable with that kind of stuff.
I would agree with that, yeah.
You know, like, and you know, I used to be like that. You know, I didn't know, like, it made me really uncomfortable to sit with someone who was, like, struggling and they have all these, you know, things going on in their lives and
They just
I
sit
don't
there,
know, like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
It's super uncomfortable.
You're like, you know, we always feel like we're supposed to be saying something to comfort them or,
Yeah.
you know, if we solve their problem, we see them as problems to be solved.
Yeah.
If we solved it, they should no longer be sad, no longer be mad or whatever, right? But that's just not how it works.
No.
At all.
No. Yeah.
And we see it in the Bible, and like in the book of Job, when his friends are trying to comfort him, and it's just like,
yeah.
bro, like.
They started off well.
Yes.
Right? They sat with him for like 7 days or whatever.
Yeah. But then it became like, did you sin? Like, is this happening to you because you sinned? Or like, just do this, just do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like it became pathologizing and
Yeah.
not helpful.
No. Yeah. So I think before, like, even the first step before, like, knowing how to respond to vulnerability well, you need to know, am I here, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, is that for me or for them?
Yeah.
You need to get that straight first.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to figure out how to make yourself more comfortable in an uncomfortable situation, you're not thinking about the other person.
No.
And responding to vulnerability well means it's for the other person.
But sometimes I think it's good if we just sit there and just take it in for a little bit, and don't respond too quickly.
Yeah.
And, you know, for people like me, I can't stand silence. And in terms of like, you know, if I'm sharing something to Jess or we're having an argument and she goes silent on me, it drives me crazy. So in those situations, she's just like, oh, I'm just thinking, or like, I don't know what to say. As long as we communicate and she tells me she doesn't know what to say, then somehow I'm okay with the silence. Yeah, so you can just say, look, I don't know what to say.
But I'm here for you.
But I'm so sorry and I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Let's just sit and feel feelings together or something.
Yeah. Feel our feelings.
Feelings need to be felt, people.
Yeah.
Not
don't suppress
not
them.
fixed. And it just need to be felt. And then they will go away on their own. Once they have been given the attention they deserve.
Yeah.
And I think I want to add though as well, like if, you know, in your space, in your church or in your family or in your life, it's hard to be vulnerable because no one else is vulnerable, but it has to start from somewhere, right? And I think, why not you?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think what you wrote, actually, your article and everything, it really resonated with a lot of people. Like we had a lot of feedback from that article.
I think people respond to genuine story, like genuineness, more so than factual correctness and theological correctness. You know what I mean? Like, it's just being human, you know? And, you know, we all go through it. We all are human. I'm sure everyone at some point in their lives has rough times like these.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable, right? But yeah, in times like this, it's okay to go to church. And I hope your church is a church where they encourage going there, honestly. I know some churches, if you go there negative, they're like, oh, don't be negative. And I've experienced that before. And if they can't handle it, I don't know, maybe find a church they can. Or be the change that you want to see, you know, and go to God and get strengthened, get wisdom, and then come back and teach people how to love each other by doing it yourself first. Which is also a journey we've been on, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next? Speaking the truth in love. That's the next article. Why is speaking the truth in love? What is speaking the truth in love, and why is it important?
Yeah, so I wrote this one, and I think just to give it a bit of context for, you know, speaking the truth in love, it comes from Ephesians, and there Paul is talking about unity in the body of Christ, right? And then he's talking about how there are people there in the Ephesian church who have been blown about by different teaching, different things. They're like infants. And then he comes in with, instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. So in the article, I spoke about it as in like how to have hard conversations. Because in this context, it's unity is not uniformity. So there's going to be different opinions about how we do things at church and different ideas. But to become mature and united, it means we need to learn how to speak the truth in love. We need to know how to use this when we're having hard conversations, when we're having hard disagreements. And it's an essential skill because we're not going to agree with everyone. You know, even at The Vine, our new church that we're helping to start up, we love everyone there, but we have different ideas. And it's about learning how to express
Communicate.
ourselves and express our different points of views without taking it personally. And knowing that the other people love us, and so it's okay if we have disagreements. And it's about working through that. And you know, we can't, and in the article I talk about the alternatives, right? If we don't speak the truth in love, either we become really domineering, so it's my way or the highway, or we become really passive, like, okay, whatever you say then, and but it's fake peace, right? Because
and then you get resentful, right?
And bitter, because you're always like, oh, they always just get their way, and that's how relationships break. And that's why you see church breakups and or implosions, whatever, which, you know, we've both heard about and seen. And I think the other point I'd say about speaking the truth in love is that, you know, the primary goal of that is always for reconciliation if there has been disagreement, right? Like the goal is not I need to be heard or like I need to get my point across. It's about how do we respect both our perspectives so that we're both heard, but that, you know, we can be reconciled. Yeah.
And I think a helpful thing for me, or like, I think it's almost also part of my personality, is like, it's not about my way or your way, it's about finding the best way.
Yeah.
And that takes sometimes a clash of ideas, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fully open to people convincing me why their way is better or why one way is better. But you have to do the convincing, right?
Yeah.
I can't just be like, oh, because you said it, and to appease your feelings, we'll just go with it. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Jerry's not about that.
No.
He can't do that.
Like in that context, right? I do not care even a little bit if someone's in front of me crying and, sulking and be like, oh, it's unfair. I never get hurt or blah, blah, blah. I'm just like,
But it's a dumb idea.
okay. Okay. But I think that's what it's about, right? It's about finding the truth, finding the best way. And sometimes we make mistakes, and then we, that's where grace comes into. Have grace for each other.
Yeah.
But it's not in like a dogmatic way, because sometimes I don't say things, even though I think things are wrong, because the consequences sometimes teach people better than you saying things won't work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's just a better way for some people to learn. And that's okay, because we all learn by experience and mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So allowing people to make mistakes is good too, right? As we allow ourselves to make mistakes, it's not fatal.
Yeah.
But in the process, can we have some discussion? Some honest discussion. Stick up for your point. If you believe in it, stick up for it. Don't just bend over because someone said a different idea, like, come on.
Have some principles.
Have a little bit of a spine.
But yeah, I think with, speaking the truth in love, it's like you have to have both. It can't be, like I said, all truth and then it's domineering and harsh and it's about finding a solution instead of how actually do we build our relationship.
Yeah. Or it's like it's about being right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when problems come and feelings get hurt.
Yeah.
Because all you want is to be right. You don't care about the growth of others. You don't care about doing things the best way. Or like, you only care about you being right.
Yeah.
That's when things get nasty.
Yeah.
And when the truth starts cutting, right? And it's like someone going through a forest or like a garden with a machete thinking it's a forest, and they're just slicing at everything, destroying the whole place, you know? And it's not good.
No. Yeah. And ultimately, again, you can't just have all, I say love in quotations because
It's not love.
it's not true love, right?
it's not
Yeah,
true
yeah.
love.
Love in quotations is like it's only ever the good stuff you say, and you don't say anything. You don't say the truth because you're afraid of hurting other people's feelings.
You just
or
want
whatever.
everyone to be happy and everyone to like you.
Yeah.
But what if what makes them happy is terrible for them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
An extreme example, but I think illustrates the point really well, is what if the person you love is a drug addict? Drugs make them happy. Are you going to affirm them in that too?
yeah,
Are you going to hand them alcohol every time they shake? Because you want to appease them? Like, it's craziness. Is that love? No, you're killing them.
Yeah.
You're pushing them to death,
yeah. So that's why both, it needs to be hand in hand.
Yes,
Yeah.
it needs to be the truth and love. And actually, the biggest common factor between in any kind of cult is where they value harmony above the truth.
They value uniformity.
Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
not harmony.
Yeah.
Uniformity. That's
Yeah.
a good correction, Jess. They value uniformity above the truth. So anyone who falls out of line gets ostracized.
Yeah. There's only one line of thinking allowed.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is the cult leader.
Yeah.
So we don't want to operate like cults, everyone.
Yeah.
And I've seen some churches who do that. And, I've been in trouble for saying that. For saying, damn, that's like a cult. Anyway. How have you found speaking the truth in love?
I think I was definitely someone who struggled with doing the truth part.
Damn, I struggle with doing the love.
Yeah. We know.
But I think we're making each other better, right?
Yeah, we are making each other better. I think that, yeah. And I think I've shared this before, you know, like I'm not someone who really enjoys confrontation. It's taken a lot of different experiences
Yeah.
in work situations, personally with people, standing up for my boundaries, stuff like that, to really learn how to be firm in my own boundary, but also listen to the other person. It's not, you know, you can't go into a hard conversation with preconceived ideas or assumptions about why they did what they did or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because then that's pointless, right? You already made up your mind.
Yeah. And, you know, I've learned that the hard way. You know, I sent some emails I probably shouldn't have.
I remember.
had some conversations that I probably shouldn't have had. But you know what? I have learnt a lot from them. And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Just learn from your
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah.
And not everyone's going to like you.
No.
You know, it's something that I've had to come to accept.
Yeah.
How have you been doing in your journey of trying
my
to speak
journey
in
of-
more love?
And trying to speak in more love. I think I've made improvements. I'm not as blunt and direct anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to be blunt and direct, but if it's hurting people, then we
What's
need to...
the point?
What's the point? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not to say that we can't hurt people, because taking offense is a choice that they make, right? Taking offense is always a choice, but if we're doing things that are unhelpful, and if we're saying one thing and it's hurting people, but we can say it in another way where it's
doesn't.
helpful,
Yeah.
why not say it the other way? You know, then that's being blunt to be blunt, and that is pointless as well. Right? Like, why would you do that? You know, it's always, I think, a balance. Just like relationship is a give and take. It's a two-sided thing. It's never like there's no formulas, right? It's just like it changes from person to person as well. Like I can be very direct with some people, and other people I have to be a bit more careful. I'm learning slowly, but I think a good thing that I learned was just to slow down again and ask myself, is this going to be helpful for them to get closer to the truth? You know? Or are they ready to hear what I have to say? Because sometimes they're not. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think as well, even like when you're having some conversations, it's like no one likes to be told what to do.
Yeah.
That's just who we are as humans and our human nature. So, and you know, if you have grown and you're mature, you'll know that anything anyone says is a suggestion. It's not a prescript. Like you.
Yeah. No one actually has power over you, right?
Yeah.
You don't actually have to listen or do what anyone says.
Everything is a suggestion, but I don't think most of us know that or
we don't
recognize that.
Yeah.
So when we're speaking, it does pay to kind of just reference like, hey, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just suggesting, or have you considered? You know, all these, you can definitely say things that are the truth that don't come across as, you're doing this wrong, you should do this.
Yeah. I think asking questions is good too. Like Jesus asked a lot of questions. Like when he found the woman at the well, he wasn't like, stop it, stop sleeping with so many people. you who like, you know, you beep, beep, beep.
Okay.
He was like, where's your husband?
Yeah.
And that question was enough for her to think about it herself.
Yeah.
right? Anyway, lots of techniques we can get
Yeah. Lots of
into
wisdom.
later.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. How do you think the difference in like you struggling with speaking truth more and me struggling with speaking it in love more, how do you think that's affected our relationship? I know, like, I made you cry 3 times the
Yeah.
second day we got married because I asked why. But like,
We've covered that story already.
I know.
Ready to go.
I know, but it's an example.
Yeah. I think it's actually been really good for both of us to, and you know what? I think sometimes that's also why God tends to put 2 people who are quite different. At least that's been the case for our marriage. That we're very different in the way that we approach conflict and the way that we, well, mainly
Yeah.
conflict.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Or in the way that we speak as well, you know?
yeah, I like can't let anything hide under the rug.
Yeah.
I'm just like, sweep, 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 let's deal with it now.
Yeah, right now.
Jess is like, you know, a rug.
Anytime.
No, you're like the rug supplier, you know, the wholesaler and the everything. You're just like rug. Let's cover. I don't want to talk about it.
No,
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
like that. I just need, okay, there's a difference between sweeping things under the rug and just needing time. Okay, I don't sweep
Okay, no,
things
that's
under the
fair.
rug.
Okay, I apologize. I take that back. You don't sweep things under the rug.
I just need time.
You take time to uncover it. You're like the roller, the rug roller. Roll it up very slowly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, that has been probably more the source of our arguments than actually the thing that we were arguing about.
That's like, just speak to me. Yeah, that's
Like
true.
when we actually, the thing that we're actually like have different opinions about is not a big deal. It's more about how we responded.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Which again is why learning how to speak the truth in love is such a big deal. Because if you don't know how to communicate, that can actually be more of a problem than
Yes.
anything itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could just, you know, can create more and more problems, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we're getting a lot better. And that's, again, going back to being honest.
Yeah.
Just communicating, telling them, like, I need some time. Instead of just staying silent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's been helpful as well, just reminding each other, hey, I love you, but I'm just struggling with this right now. Because often when we get into that kind of argumentative miscommunication kind of state, it's easy to jump to, oh, that person hates me now.
Yeah, oh,
Right?
it's super easy, yeah.
Yeah. And then so you're getting defensive about that and also everything else that's going on. But when you kind of just say, hey, I love you, I still love you, but I'm just really struggling with this right now. It automatically is like, oh, wait, actually, no, we're a team.
Yeah, it breaks the lie that they hate us.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And then we can, we're a team. And we can
we're
work
gonna
on
work-
this together.
Yeah, we can overcome this.
Yeah. And another thing I think is really important, and this is to the brothers out there, I think it's good to, especially when we're having conflict, to pursue your wife as Christ pursued the church. And, you know, sometimes we need some time to cool off or some of our own space, but I try, and I think you really appreciate it when I come and find you
Yeah,
and tell you I love you, that, you know, when I'm not leaving, that, you know, I want to work this out. Like, communicate that proactively.
yeah,
And that really helps, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, to the brothers out there.
Yeah. It's some advice.
Yeah.
And I always tell Jerry, it's like whenever we are in an argument, we have a 100% success rate of overcoming our arguments together.
Yeah.
Because me and Jerry, I don't have some kind of petty
But you did that 3 months ago. And blah,
grudge
blah.
in my head
Yeah.
or scenario that I'm gonna bring right back to the front.
yeah.
The next argument we have, we honestly talk out all our arguments.
Yeah.
And we 100% resolve them.
Yes. And that's why it doesn't come back up.
And that doesn't
right?
come back up. Yeah.
Because when it comes back up, it's not you being petty. It's because we didn't resolve it the last time.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's right. No, I
and
shouldn't
that's
say
for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
If you've truly resolved it, it won't come back up.
No. Yeah.
So let's truly resolve our conflicts,
Amen.
and not be held captive by them.
Yeah.
And that'll, lead us into true prosperity.
Yes.
Yeah, my favorite topic. What was your reaction when the first time I told you I love the prosperity gospel?
I was like, again, because I'm a bit slow and I don't like confrontation. I was like, okay.
When did do you remember when I first told you? Was it when we were still dating or something?
Probably. But you know what? The thing is, Jerry says just outrageous things sometimes. And for me, it's like I've learnt, let him explain. Because often we'll hear something and we'll be like, what? And jump really quick. Like, you can't think that or whatever. But it's because we have assumptions and you can't judge something off of just one line.
No.
Right? You have to learn some context. So I'm pretty sure I just said something like, okay, what do you mean?
Yeah, perfect response, yeah. Means I'm a big fan of the prosperity gospel.
But yes, yeah, so you wrote this article and you were like, I know what I want to write.
Yeah.
Why did you want to write this for Kingdom Culture?
I mean, because I think it's one of I wanted to write it because it was coming off the article about being vulnerable and all that crap that was happening in our lives.
Yeah.
All the craziness, but I still felt God was with us and I still felt so much peace. And it's not that I wasn't worried or sad or whatever. It's that I felt peace because I could take that to God. I have help. I have a place to go to. It's not hopeless. And so I felt like, oh yeah, I'm still super prosperous, and then that's why I thought it was a good follow-up from that article to say that, look, what is true prosperity? It's not, and it's part of kingdom culture because we're prosperous when we're with God. And the whole point of kingdom culture is to have life the way it should have been, right?
Yeah.
Which is with God,
Yeah.
not separated from Him, not with sin. And so I think that's one of the biggest promises that God makes us. Live with me, have relationship with me, and have prosperity. What is true prosperity is not a big mansion and unlimited money. And fancy cars and $100 steaks every night. It's simply being with God and having a relationship with Him and enjoying God and being enjoyed by God. That is it. That is true prosperity. And that is all we need for prosperity. And I used to think that was I couldn't wrap my head around it. Because I guess I wanted those other things. But now having experienced life with God and walking with God for a number of years now, I can honestly amen that. I can honestly agree that God is all we need. And so I think that's why we've been able to stay grounded and have peace and joy throughout all of this stuff. But joy doesn't mean you're happy all the time, right? I'm talking about the biblical definition of joy.
Yeah.
being at peace and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to write that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, you bring up an interesting point. You said you can honestly agree with it. And so for anyone who, you know, you're not at that point, you can't say that being with God is the best thing that you think that can happen for your life.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Because that's where you're at.
Yeah, and just be honest. And if you don't want God, okay, if you want to at least give God a try, like give God a chance to introduce himself to you, ask him,
Yeah.
right? He's not a God who cannot handle our questions or our doubts, right? But bring them to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
What has been, like, going off of that, you know, because that didn't used to be the case for you. What has your journey of learning to enjoy God and, you know, just loving being with him, what has that journey been like? How did that happen? Yeah.
I think I felt really dry spiritually for years. I think I became Christian when I was 18, and then all the way up until I was like 27-ish. How many years is that? Like 9 years? Almost, 9 years. I think I didn't have a relationship with God. Religion was about, oh, this is the right way. Follow these rules. Do these things. Don't do these things. And God will like you, and then therefore you can go to heaven. And heaven is like a reward. And you can enjoy a place of enjoyment and happiness and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I treated God as someone very distant, someone you hear about but don't know, a subject to be studied. And that's why it was tiring. Like who the heck can follow all the rules all the time? And if you don't know God, why would you even want to follow the rules all the time? It's just like it's almost like a threat. Like, oh, do this, don't do that, otherwise you're going to hell, right? But then after I met you, after my journey with my mental health got better, after we started going to house church, which has now become the Vine. So every Saturday, 7 p.m.
Penrose, Auckland.
Yes. I think that's where my relationship with God started to develop. And I got to know him personally, like I know a friend, you know. And that experience, it just automatically changes the way you think, because you've experienced it for yourself. It's kind of like how some people have really close relationships with their pets, and it's like, well, how much money would you sell your pet for? And people offer like $10,000, $20,000, and they still say no. It was like, well, then, are you more prosperous with your pet or with the $20,000? Or like, if you change the example to your child, how much money would you sell your child for? Would you rather have, or would you rather have your child or $1 million? So the relationship cannot be compared to just having wealth, right? It's just uncomparable, because that relationship is worth so much, whether it's with your pet or your child, but mostly with God, because he's God. Like, he loves you so much, he's so wonderful, and when you love him back, it's like that relationship is it's priceless, right? So it's about experiencing God for yourself. And we do that by going to him honestly. Like, I had heaps of wrestles with God. Heaps of stuff I disagreed with or didn't understand. And I'd be like, why? Why should I love you? And he told me.
And the Lord didn't cry.
Yeah, and the Lord didn't cry. And the Lord didn't be like, how dare you, send you to hell. He was like, here's why you should love me. I'll show you. You know? And I was like, oh, okay. He's convinced me, you know?
Yeah. Cool. And then our last article
Like children.
was about who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And, you know, we hear about that the disciples were like arguing about who was the greatest disciple.
Yeah.
And then Jesus was like,
pity.
unless you become like a child,
Yeah.
you can't enter the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
And then he said, the you know, a child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. What did you think about when you read that passage?
I think I just rolled my eyes really hard. It's just like, oh my goodness, you
Yeah.
know. I'm not someone who cares about who's the greatest and who's not.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who cares about rank or status or any of that stuff.
No, yeah.
So it's just surprising that these people, I guess surprising and not surprising, because these people who've seen Jesus and walked with him and have seen so much are still arguing about who's the greatest. But not surprising because that's human nature, right? And I think we all kind of want to be great in
Yeah.
a sense, right?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah.
And I share about that in my article.
Yeah.
And I think it really was that like life-defining moment of
Being applauded.
being applauded in front of the assembly
Yeah.
and just feeling like I was like floating on a cloud. I was
Damn.
like, whoa, this is so great.
Yeah. Oh, we're so different.
And then I was like, I need to do great things or like get awards and stuff to
Wow.
have this kind of feeling.
Hey, I just realized how different we are because, like, I remember getting up in the assembly in primary school and getting a certificate, and I hated it. And I hated how everyone was looking at me, and I never want to be there ever again. And I've never gone to an awards ceremony basically since. I don't go to my own graduations. I don't go to awards ceremonies. Even if I get awards, I'm just like, I don't want to be looked at. Anyway.
Yeah, very different. Like what I say, very different people. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've wanted to be great, I guess. But to me, it's not about other people thinking I'm great. I think it's more about me feeling like I'm valuable, or it's more about what. I've never really cared about what other people think. It's more about what I think. And so yeah, I think we all want to be great. And somehow I think if we are great, we feel more important, or that God will love us more, or something like that, you know?
Yeah, definitely there can be that line of thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, back to topic, the children article. What does it mean to be childlike? And why does Jesus have such a heart for children?
I think when I think about what it means to be childlike, I think of, in Chinese there's a word called 单纯, and I think it means a bit more than just innocent. It's very like, simple. Just like you're not manipulative, you're not calculating, you're like when someone says to you something, you're not like, but do they really mean that? Like, or like trying to read between the lines and try and figure out what they really mean. It's just, things are really simple, and what you say is what you mean, and why that relates to God is like, for example, a kid to a healthy parent, you know, if the parent's like, I'm going to come and pick you up after school. The child is not going to be all throughout the day being like, is my dad really going to pick me up? Where is he now? Does he have enough fuel? You know, like, is the car working okay? It's just like, oh no, my dad said he's going to pick me up at 3:30 p.m. So he'll be there. I don't have to check in with what he's doing or worry about anything. You know, children don't think about that stuff. They just like...
Unless you've broken their trust so many times that they do. But Jesus, well, he never breaks his promises, right?
No, he never does. So it's kind of like, if we put that in terms of our relationship with God, if God is like, you know, I will never leave or forsake you. You know, I am your living bread. Like, I will come through for you. And a childlike faith is one that is just so certain. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, oh, I need it now. Or like in 3 days' time, if I don't have it, I'm not going to survive. No, you know God is going to show up.
Yeah.
And there's not that worry and questioning that consumes you.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's the thing that sticks out the most, when God is like, unless you have the faith of like a child, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven. Because he's saying that unless you really truly have a relationship with me and you trust me, like, we don't know each other, you know, and therefore then you can't enter the kingdom of heaven.
Because you don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think of when you say faith, the childlike faith, and they're so innocent, and they believe what God says, right? They just believe it. Well, belief is different to knowledge. And when you believe something, you live like it's true, right? And that is going to affect the way you live, and you know how much peace you're going to have, and your decisions and everything. Whereas if you just have knowledge, like the Bible says, even the demons know that Jesus is the Lord. They know God exists, yet it doesn't do anything for them, right?
Yeah.
If they hate God more.
Yeah.
So faith and belief is different to knowing and knowledge. So you can know that God loves you. Do you believe it? It's two different kind of. It's two very different kind of things, because faith is like a personal thing, like you said, and knowledge is like I can know it without knowing God, right? Without having a close relationship with God. It's just like factual stuff.
And I think the other thing that I wanted to add about, you know, why Jesus has such a heart for children as well, is because they understand their dependence on, you know, their parent or caregiver.
Yeah.
You know, they're not about to. They realize that, you know, they need their parent and caregiver for many things. They can do some things themselves, right? And but they understand that they are limited.
Yes.
And in the same way, like for us, we need to understand that we really need God.
Yeah.
You know, we are dependent on Him for so many things.
Yeah.
And I think a really good example was when you were like so sick that you couldn't sleep.
Yeah, as soon as I go a little bit horizontal, I just cough non-stop. And so the only thing I could do was sit up, and then I couldn't sleep sitting up, and so I didn't sleep for like 3 days, right?
And then you're like, well, God, I can't do anything.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I can't even sleep. And then I was listening to the Bible, and it was like in Psalms, it says, God gives sleep to those He loves. And I was like, you don't love me. But it was like real eye-opening, like, wow, even something as simple as sleep, like I needed help with, you know?
Yeah. And so it's kind of like just recognizing reality. Because sometimes in our lives, we can become so independent that we think, no, I can do everything myself. Everything that I have, I've worked for it, I've earned it.
Yeah,
you know?
It's all on me, you know?
But that is not the case. And that's why I think, like God uses children as a metaphor really to be like, this is the kind of heart attitude that I desire.
Yeah. And it's also like, well, we can have a relationship with God because Jesus died for us, and we're now adopted children of God.
Yeah.
So unless you become a child of God, how do you have, what relationship do you have with Him? Right? And if you don't have a relationship with Him, why do you want to go to heaven? Because heaven is just relationship with God forever.
Yeah.
So it all kind of makes sense, hey? But what part of your life do you want to be more childlike in? Okay, we could end on this question, I guess.
I think if you'd asked me that earlier in the year, I definitely would have said my career or like getting a job.
Like
because-
trusting in God
yeah.
for your job.
Yeah. Because
Children don't work.
I was I was not okay during that period of time.
Yeah.
And I felt like God really exposed that in me.
You need to have a career or a job to
Yeah.
have peace or feel valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, like, all throughout my life, God has been chipping away at my need to, like, have a plan or, like, know what's going to happen in order to feel secure. He's used so many different ways to kind of remind me that, hey, I just want you to trust me. Whether that's through work, whether that's through our relationship, yeah, just so many different ways. And I think it will be an continuous process for me because it's easy to forget. It's really easy to forget, guys. But, you know, I have to say I do know that I've really grown in that area too. Yeah. When Jerry was like, I have diabetes, I was like, oh, okay. I can honestly say I didn't panic.
Yeah. No, none of us did, eh?
Yeah.
Just,
If anything, I was like, very good. Now he can start eating healthily.
yeah, I mean, it's a very manageable disease if you just eat healthy and exercise, which is
Yeah.
probably good for you anyway,
Yeah.
right? So it's not, yeah, it's okay. I mean, and I was praying to God today at
Yeah.
the supermarket, like, because I have to give up pizza, which is my favorite thing in the world. I was like, oh, Lord, please show me how good a celery tastes. You know? Let me admire your creation this way. It tastes so much better than pizza. Restore my taste buds that have been killed by all the added sugar and salt that I have been consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you? What part of your life do we want to be more childlike?
I think I find myself worrying about whether I can actually do all the things I need to do counseling. And I think I just want to trust God more because I feel like throughout my relationship with God and my conversation with Him, He's shown me really clearly that this is the path, that He... It's not that He, you know, told me to go on. It's more that this is something that I'm really, really interested in. I'm quite good at. And He agrees with that. So there seems like there's a lot of obstacles in the way, especially to practice in Taiwan. But to just trust Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the main one. Yep.
Cool. Thanks, guys,
Anyway,
for staying with
God
us.
bless you all.
Hope you've enjoyed our series about kingdom culture. And yeah, we'll see you
Next time.
next month. Hopefully with less turbulence in our personal lives.